Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to another Am I the A-hole Furry edition. So let's just jump into it. I got 4, maybe 5 stories. We'll see how long it all takes to go through. So, got them up on my phone here. You know how it goes by now. Let's get into it. Am I the a-hole for standing up for myself? Not usually. So, let's get into it. Far away so my family doesn't see and attack me. Oh, that sounds sad. I was at a celebration party with me and my family. Cousins, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, the like. There are 3 cousins of mine. Let's name them Lee, female 21, Elizabeth, female 24, and Mary, female 23. The exchange is very long, so I'll summarize it. Okay. Are they going to be very catty females? Elizabeth, the furry community is absolutely disgusting. How dare you?
A child.
Hey! Also, how did that get brought up in conversation? Like, I'm just imagining just like, you know, the women all standing around and then all of a sudden one of them just goes, the furry community is disgusting. It's just, how did that get brought up? Exactly. Either way, I can't believe people actually spend thousands of dollars on fursuits and make animal noises. Believe it. Mary, I agree wholeheartedly. Me, actually, I support the furry community and don't think the entire community is all that bad. Thank you. Sure, the community definitely has a huge amount of people that are really concerning, but yeah, absolutely agree on that. Like every other community. Elizabeth, are you a furry? Me. No, I do support them though. I then pulled out my phone and showed them a picture of me cosplaying Alistair from Has-Been Hotel. Me. See, this is me cosplaying a furry, but I don't make animal noises. Mary. Throw that away right now. Throw all that away. I can't believe I'm in the same room with a furry. Oh, Jesus. Oh, your family sound fun. Lee, you're disgusting. Insert a bunch of racial slurs against black... Oh! What? Jeez. Lee then reportedly started to insult me. Yeah, referring to me as a thing, and then they started to use its pronouns. My pronouns are she, her. So not even it or whatever. When I went quiet because I didn't want to burst out in anger in front of my nephews, yeah, fair. When I went quiet, they started talking about how I probably had rabies and that they were going to put me on a leash. Jesus. Yikes. Oh, your cousins. Like, they're your cousins, right? I'm just looking back. 3 cousins of mine. Oh yeah, no, your cousins absolutely suck. They have issues. They definitely have their own secrets that they're hiding because, oh my gosh. I left the party and now my entire family is blowing up my phone saying I overreacted and that I shouldn't have left. But it's perfectly okay for the cousins to say slurs and be racist and say disgusting things. Perfectly fine for that. Edits. I like to clarify me and my cousins were in the kitchen preparing food. The family did not hear this exchange between us, and if I yelled at them for downgrading me and being disrespectful to multiple communities, my nephews would hear, and one of them is very sensitive to loud noises. I mean, yeah, fair enough to not yell and scream or whatever. You're absolutely not the a-hole, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, and yes, people also agree they're not the a-hole, because they're not. That is wild. That is wild. Absolutely just never hang out with those cousins again. Never be around them. And it's just the fact the family, from the sounds of it, agrees with them while they're just yelling slurs and such. It's so disrespectful. Like, these are family members who are being just so, like, calling you an it when your pronouns are she, her. Like, where did that even come from? So they're racist, they're homophobic, and just LGBT phobic, transphobic, and all that stuff. Like, well, now you know at least. Now you know, don't ever hang around those people. They are awful people. And if your family, like, show them this post, show them exactly, you know, how your cousins reacted to all of this. And maybe your family understand, oh yeah, they're a bunch of racist, homophobic cousins. Let's not hang with them. Like, if your family agrees on that, then I'm sorry, but your family might also be racist and homophobic. So, get away from them. Family does not matter. Family do not matter. Right? Blood does not matter at all. You make your own family. Because, yikes, you are not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. Let's move on. So for next story, I accidentally referred to them as Uncle when they're an aunt, so my bad for that. Alright, next story. Am I the a-hole for buying my nephew a fursuit against his father's wishes? So I'll start by saying that I'm considerably wealthy than the rest of my family and am child-free. This means I've got cash to treat my nieces and nephews, and well as contributing towards a fund for them once they turn 18. Well, that's really sweet. That's really, really sweet of you. You do not have any obligation to do that. That is really nice. I'm particularly close with the oldest of them, my 14-year-old nephew, John, because we have a lot in common. We're both nerds with high-functioning autism. John is the son of my brother and my sister-in-law. They're basically the Dursleys from Harry Potter. That's... Anything which doesn't fit into their worldview of being a British proper middle class is weird. They don't have great relationship with John, which they blame it on his autism rather than the fact that they constantly make fun of his hobbies and his friends. God damn it. And blame it on his hobby and his friends. Instead of, just blaming it on themselves for not being a parent and just, talking to their child and trying to understand their hobbies, understand their friends, and so on and so forth. John is also a furry. I am not. It's not something I really understand on a personal level, but I have a surprising amount of friends who are. Yeah, furries and autistics, they go together. Now, friends are often misunderstood as being a fetish, but that's not always the case. For people like John, it's just a persona, or a fursona, haha. John has had his persona for years, literally since he could hold a pen choice with drawing the same character. John's small group of friends are also nerds/furries, as you would imagine, they'll get picked on a lot, yeah. Especially during, this is high school, they'll get picked on so much, which absolutely sucks and is unwarranted. Now, being 14, John doesn't have a lot of money to spend. He's got a tail with ears, the fancy dress kind, but that's about it. It was John's birthday a few months back, and he was going through a rough time at school and at home. So to cheer him up, I bought him a custom-made head and paws of his persona. Damn. It cost a few £100, and I knew my brother wouldn't be happy about it. John was thrilled and decided not to tell his parents about it. I see. I've got to keep reading. I definitely have my thoughts. Now, flash forward to a few days back. Sister-in-law was going through John's wardrobe and found a bag where he had hidden his fursuit. She was appalled and brought my brother in to see it. Now my brother thinks that normal cosplay is sexual in nature. Just normal cosplay? Normal? God, how Christian is he? Just normal cosplay? That's so dumb. So they were disgusted by this. They were apparently screaming at John, reduced him to tears. How dare you bring this into our house, etc. Then my brother threw the first into bed and called me, furious. He said I was rubbing my money in their face and using it to pervert their children. Then I got a few more messages from others in the family who were apparently under the impression I thought I bought John fetish gear. This is not fetish gear. This is not fetish gear. It is a costume. It is a cosplay of my character. That's all it is. However, once I managed to explain to them what a fursuit actually was, they still said that. Of course they did. I don't actually care. I shouldn't have gone over my brother and sister-in-law's head like that in buying something for John that they disapprove of. However, they disapprove of all of John's hobbies, so it doesn't matter what you get for him. They're gonna disapprove of it anyway. I honestly did expect John's parents to have that strong of a reaction, but I'm regretting buying the suit since it's caused John so much upset. So wait it, am I the a-hole? No, you're not. Here's the thing. I do have a lot of family issues, I've talked about that, but I'm just, not a fan of the whole family stuff. But this child, John, will love you forever. He will love you. You are a good uncle. Absolutely. What you do for him is more than what his parents have ever done, from the sounds of it. You're calling them the Dursleys, and they hate him. They can't connect with him because of his autism. That is bullcrap. I understand that having an autistic child would be very, very difficult, but there are ways to go about it. And just going straight into furries are a sexual thing, when your child is into it, and it's You're straight up calling your child a sexual deviant is disgusting. How about getting to know furries through your child? If that's what they like, that's so stupid to act that way when you're not even trying. You're not even trying to care about what your child likes. There's a lot of, lately there's been like a lot of younger furs joining up in like the little park meets that we have, and their parents come along, and it's great. Like, it's really wholesome to have like the parent there to try and learn and understand what kind of group we are, and generally they keep on coming back because it's a lot of fun. And yeah, that's exactly it. These parents don't care. These parents do not care. They are bad parents, absolutely bad, terrible, Dursley parents. And so this uncle giving the child some kind of happiness, yes, maybe a couple $100 spent on this like costume for him, maybe a bit much. I, for one, maybe would like take him to like a theme park for a day or something like that. Give him like this really awesome day where you can buy like a plushie or like some kind of souvenir that is like good for memory's sake and something that will make him happy. Maybe something like that instead of like something that the parents disapprove of at this point in time. But at the same time, again, he's gotta love you forever. But then at the same time, the parents throwing that out is gotta just hurt so much when that's your character. That's gotta hurt him so much, and I feel for him so much. Because even if you did take him out, the parents probably would have hated that too. Like, how dare you take him somewhere and make him happy for a day? How dare you? Oh, God, I hate... Ugh. It's terrible. It's absolutely a terrible situation for that child. I feel for him so much. So thank you for being there and giving him some kind of happiness. Now, I hate... People said he's the a-hole. Because of course they did. Because they were all just like, no, parents are white. Parents are this and that, Parents... You only ever listen to the parents. It's just like, the parents hate their child. No. F the parents. They hate their child. And again, like, they don't like any of his hobbies, doesn't like any of his friends, because they don't bother trying to get to know them. That's the thing here, because they're calling it fetish gear. Means they know absolutely nothing, and when he explains it to them, they still call it fetish gear, because they just don't care. They do not care to understand what their child likes. No, the parents are awful. Alright, moving on to the next story. That one did absolutely frustrate me, especially because people are calling him the a-hole because he gave something that the parents don't approve of. But it's like, if it makes a kid happy, why does it matter? It's like giving a kid a chocolate bar because the parents don't like want him to eat chocolate or anything like that. It made the kid happy. Who cares? Alright, next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my son that he has to stop spending his money on furry art? I, 45 male, have a son, 16 male, who has recently started dressing up as what he calls a furry. I have no problem with this, as it clearly makes him happy, and it isn't hurting anyone. Cool. Awesome. However, recently, he has started paying artists to draw him as a furry. I usually wouldn't have a problem with this. However, the spending has gotten out of control. He has started skipping lunch in order to have more money to buy this art. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that. But when you're still in high school and, you're a growing lad, yeah, no, you need food. This concerned me as I've noticed that he isn't eating at college anymore, and he's starting to lose a lot of weight. Oh, if you're losing weight, stop. Eat food. Furry art does not matter that much. Eat food. He also is sacrificing necessities such as buying body wash, deodorant, and shampoo. He has started smelling bad recently due to sacrificing things in order to buy furry art. There's definitely more going on here. So last night I sat him down and spoke to him, telling him that he is allowed to spend any more money on this art. I told him that I have no problem with him having hobbies and interests, but this is too far. He got mad at me, calling me homophobic? Okay. And saying I could never understand his struggles as a furry. Okay. There's definitely a lot going on here. There's a lot going on in that kid's head. I am definitely not homophobic, as I'm a bisexual man. I'm not sure why my son seems to think that I'm homophobic, and this upsets me as a lot, as I've dealt with homophobia throughout my life when dating men. However, I haven't dated men in a while, and I was married to my son's mother for 13 years, and we divorced when he was 8. I haven't dated anyone since then, and while I haven't hidden my bisexuality and even have bisexual flags around the house, nice. I don't think I've actually ever explicitly told my son that I am bisexual. I mean, the flags do kind of help. He might not understand what the bisexual flag is, but I feel like it's an obvious LGBTQIA plus flag of some sort. It hurts me to think that he thinks that I don't support him. I was unaware that being a furry is part of the LGBTQ plus community, but it saddens me greatly to think that he believes that I don't support this. Here's why I don't understand his struggles as a furry, but he has never talked to me about this, and I was under the impression that it was just a hobby that he liked and was taking too far. I now feel awful for telling him to stop buying this art, and I'm not sure where to go next. Am I the a-hole here? Edit, by college, I mean British college, post-high school, pre-university for 16, 18-year-olds. Yeah, okay. You are not the a-hole. You're not the a-hole, but this sounds like depression. This sounds like stress and depression to me. I know. I have those. That's what this sounds like. He's not eating. He's not showering. He's buying something for happiness to make him, happy. Yeah. This is depression. He is depressed. There could be other things going on. Maybe not even depression. But that's what it's sounding like to me. So there's more of a conversation there. And with the kid also saying his dad's homophobic, obviously the son is probably part of the LGBTQIA+, because there's nothing mentioned here that the dad, says that his son's gay or anything like that. His son probably is, and he's struggling with that. He's struggling with his own sexuality, maybe struggling more with his gender as well, maybe there's a lot, there seems to be a lot going on for him, a lot going on in his head that he's really struggling with, and he kind of lashed out at his dad when mentioning a furry thing, but it's not really the furry thing that is really like the main concern here. Maybe he's failing at school. He is LGBT, so he's kind of, there's a whole thing there going on in his head there, and then the whole furry thing and all that. The furry thing is like his way, is his escapism, He gets the furry artwork to make himself happy for that little brief moment in time because of all this other thing. The furry stuff he has control over. That's what I'm kind of thinking. There's a lot going on. Absolutely not the a-hole for, caring about your son. Absolutely not. Like, I myself, I do hate the idea of, like, a parent coming up to me and telling me, you can't buy more of this, stop buying more of this. But I understand why he's doing it. Like, yeah, if you're losing weight because you're not eating, because you're spending too much money on furry stuff, there's something going on there. You might have a bit of a problem there. If you're not bathing or buying, necessities, you got a problem. So, honestly, you're a good dad for caring, so you're not the a-hole at all. Your son is also not the a-hole. You just need to sit down and have like a real talk about him. Not about the furry thing, just about his life in general, school, sexuality, so on and so forth. And 100% bring up that you are bi, that you are bisexual as well. That's what I think should happen. Alright, last story for this video. Hope you've enjoyed the ride so far. Please give likes, comments, all that stuff. Let's get into it. Would I be the a-hole for calling out my friend who lied about visiting me? I, 19, non-binary, I think that means NB. I gotta assume so. Or no balls. Awful, Blazie, awful. I, 19, non-binary, met this friend, 20, female, in high school. We have been best friends for the past few years and were inseparable. For context, my family is from Northern Europe, okay? I don't want to specify the country for privacy reasons. My mum and I have both decided it would be best if I move and go to the home country for university because cost of living, safety, etc. Okay. I lived here about a year and had decided to visit the US for a week. I told my friend what my plans were. Let's call her Carly. She was excited as I am. She has never left the country and asked if she could fly back with me. I, of course, said yes. Month passed, and I eventually had an idea of where I would visit, etc. I even found a really good deal with an airline. In order to not miss this deal, I called Carly and asked if she would be alright getting tickets soon. She told me that she wanted just a bit more of time to save money, which I totally understand. A month or so passed and I called Carly again, asking if she was ready to get tickets together. We wanted to buy them at the same time to ensure we had seats together, etc. I had again found a very good deal with a certain airline and suggested we go with it. Carly, however, didn't like this airline because it wasn't American or something like that. This is a long story. I shrugged it off and found a somewhat reasonable flight on the airline she wanted, as well as charged my trip schedule because it worked better for her. She told me that she bought her tickets, so I bought mine. This was about 2 months ago, and the visit is in May. I just want to say I have nothing against furries. Okay? So there's the furry part of the story. Booking a trip with a friend. I have nothing against furries. Nice, thank you, I guess. I just want to say I have nothing against furries. Carly is a furry, and had told me that she wanted to buy a fursuit, very expensive, but used that money instead to buy her plane ticket. Okay? This is what I thought she'd done, until a week ago she posted a finished custom fursuit on her social media. Furries. Fursuits are not that important. Have friends first, then fursuit. She then told me that she actually didn't buy a plane ticket because she wanted her fursuit more. But she told you she did? Right? Right, she told me she bought the tickets. She then told me she didn't actually buy a ticket because she wanted her fursuit more. Okay, then tell them that you didn't. Why would you tell them that you bought the ticket then? And now her mum said my country is an active war zone because of a war in Ukraine, which I'm not even close to. Okay, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking at one point. She thought her parents would pay for a ticket and she could buy her suit. Her parents are loaded. Carly even cried to me once. So she just kind of figured, yeah, her parents will buy a ticket, and then while she buys the fursuit, but she didn't find out first. People. Carly even cried to me once, saying her parents were abusive because they only bought her 1 horse instead of 2. Rich people problems. My parents didn't buy me 2 horses, they only bought me 1, so they are the worst parents in the world. They're abusive because they didn't buy me 2 horses. Which always irked me. Yeah, so it should. Considering my family is new to the US, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of family you have. It should irk you. Absolutely. Even if you're extremely rich yourself, it should irk you when someone is like, my parents are abusive because they didn't buy me 2 horses. Which always irked me considering my family is new to the US. My mum is a single parent who works 2 jobs. I don't care that she bought something she wanted instead of flying back with me. I'll get to see her during my week in the US. I'm mad about that she lied. Absolutely you should be. Maybe spend more money than I had planned to. Which is absolutely rude. Absolutely. To lose out on a good deal with the airline I preferred, even missing a university final because it worked better for her. Oh, that selfish brat. I wanted to call her out on this badly because she generally seems to think she did nothing wrong. She has really severe ADHD and blames everything on that. This has absolutely nothing to do with ADHD. She just simply expected her parents to buy her ticket. That's all. She's a rich brat. Where she had the money, she had an option: fursuit or plane tickets. She figured plane tickets would be bought by the parents, so she bought the fursuit. That's all it is. That's not ADHD at all. That's disgusting of her to claim as such. And blames everything on that whenever I called her out for doing selfish things in the past. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm in the wrong. Would I be the asshole for calling my friend out? No. Absolutely not. Your friend is an a-hole. Especially when they told you that they bought the tickets. When they hadn't. And I bet you they hadn't even talked to the parents yet. I bet you. bet they never even talked to the parents. Not until, you know, they probably got the first suit. It was like, oh yeah, I have to do this. And rich people, man. They are the worst. They're so selfish. And just, yeah, she's selfish. She's the a-hole, not you, not OP. Yeah, so I guess that's the end of this video then. Yay, talking about a-holes. You know, it's a fun time for everyone. I do hope you enjoy these videos. I do hope I speak okay. I know I have speaking problems. I do have a lisp and so on and so forth. So I do hope I speak okay. Please let me know down in the comments below if I speak okay. Or if you want me to, like, slow down or something when I talk. I really do appreciate it. So please let me know down in the comments below. And just put down a comment down below. Oh no, I'm going to sneeze in the fursuit. Please don't. Please don't sneeze. I'm fine. Do not want to sneeze in the thing. Anyway, I also have a Twitter, I have a Blue Sky, all linked down below. If you like what I do, I have a PayPal as well, and a coffee. Please help support me. Really appreciate it. And please do give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.